The Zuza and Samara situation has taken the internet by storm because of the sheer alleged lack of humanity being displayed by Samara, who according to many is exploiting the recent death of Zuza, who was a TikToker that was documenting their journey with cancer for years now. The main method they've been using to do this, supposedly, is by acting as though they were far closer than they realistically were. And according to many, Samara has even been faking or over-exaggerating her mourning for views, money, and TikTok fame. Now this is obviously all kinds of sensitive, so I'm trying to do my best here to remain as fair as possible. I was getting a lot of requests for this, but I decided to sort of wait a few days at the very least so that I could see everything that I needed to see and remain sort of, I suppose, respectful and impartial for the most part. I think at this point I've seen everything that I need to though, so let's just get right into it. So this here is Zuza's TikTok page, which is now obviously being run by her parents, or parent rather. I think it's mainly the mother, Dankyjabo, who is running this whole thing. Now it's just being used to sort of repost drafts and old videos that haven't been posted online, which is, you know, totally fair, reasonable, understandable. You can see the days leading up to Zuza's eventual death here. Like this one, for example, where she was actually too sick to get on camera and talk, which was very disturbing for her community. As on camera, she was always naturally very charismatic, and it sort of made sense why she had this audience. She was actually a part of a TikTok group known as the Glow House, which we'll get into later. But at this point in her life, all she could really do was post in text because she was that ill. Her usual content was her trying to document her life as someone who had cancer 5 times. So a lot of sort of get ready with me whilst I'm feeling sick or whilst I'm feeling nauseous. There are also a lot of hospital vlogs like this one here, for example, and we're looking at videos that were closer to the death. I've just scrolled back to some of the more recent ones, and in the comments you can hear a lot of people saying, or I guess commenting on how lessened the energy is compared to how she was maybe a few months or years ago even. It's a journey that millions of people were tuning into, and it's greatly affected a lot of people for sure, which is why the potential exploitation of said death by someone who's supposed to be their friend was so disgusting to so many people. We obviously haven't got into that yet, but first I feel as though I should show you the Glow House, which was the group that both Zuza and Samara were a part of. This is the Glow House. They have 2.5 million followers. Their most recent mention of Zuza was this celebration of life link, which I suppose is like an event on Vimeo that almost serves as a virtual funeral for everyone who was, you know, paying attention or a part of this journey. And then immediately after that, there's a video of them dancing, I guess. Now, without getting too personal or out of pocket here, there's something very unnerving about this Glow House account, and I feel as though it's because they're all children. Like, I really don't mean to sound like a dick when I say this, but there's something very plastic about this, and that's not to say that these people don't care at all, because I don't mean to criticize them. They are very, very young, or at least they look very young. I mean, even in this latest video, you can go on one of the @ Lola Winters. The bio is your new best friend, and then linked is just very corporate things, you know what I mean? I definitely would not be surprised if at least some of these sort of members' parents are in this for the wrong reasons, or encouraging their careers on TikTok for the wrong reasons. I mean, it's got sort of corporate family bollocks written all over it. It's not really helped by videos like this existing on their page as well that just seem really, they look really fake and weird. Like, I just don't believe that this is a child's group channel being run by children. Yeah, I'm on the famous birthdays here now, and the oldest one of them is 20, and that is like significantly the oldest one as well. The majority of them are 16, 17, with Zuza herself dying at age 14, sadly. Here's a video from a few months back with all the Glow House girls together, just sort of lip-syncing to a song. It's very standard TikTok content, I guess. When you look at the official video that the Glow House made regarding Zuza's death, the comments are just riddled with comments like this, for example. I feel like this is also fake. The only one that cares, in quotation marks, is Samara. Them trying to look sad, I'm dead. Is this a joke? Yes, let's address it after almost 2 months, yay. Someone's pointed out a face here, me when I found out that Zuza passed. I know their Insta tribute was ChatGPT. Let's have a look at the Insta tribute. I'm on it now, I'm not gonna read it out. It does seem pretty genuine. The proof that this TikTok comment sort of links to it being ChatGPT is one of them stupid sort of AI detectors, which I think are just bullshit, really. I mean, I don't know, it's possible it was written by AI, but to make that assumption so confidently, I feel as though it's incredibly distasteful. Anyway, let's just have a look at this video, and maybe you can make up your own minds as to whether or not it looks real or fake.
And we're going to be sharing a few things with you guys. Not everyone is going to be in this video, but I do want to express that we all love Zuza collectively as a whole. But again, not everyone is going to be in this video.
The thing we want to include is that she's always going to be a member of this Glow House, and nothing ever is going to replace our Zuza. And the second thing that is very important is there is a foundation created by Dankyjabo that is shared in our bio, and it's going to be in my bio too. And Okay, I'm gonna explain it.
So that there who's talking right now is Samara. Remember that. It will be extremely important as this video goes on because they are the topic in question that is being sort of, I guess, that is being accused of over-exaggerating how close they were with Zuza in order to elicit likes and clout and money from TikTok. I'm not seeing it so far. Like, for anyone who says that this video is fake, a lot of people make very strange and uncharacteristic of themselves noises and faces when they're going through grief. You know, for someone to just sort of point those out and label it as disingenuous off the bat is, again, inappropriate in my opinion.
You're gonna live on forever, I promise.
Yes, through all of us. Forever.
And yeah, I know this is such a random video for the Glow House page. I'm not really on there that much.
It's not random because it's for Zuza.
Yeah, but...
Also, we do want to say there was a few posts that was up on the Glow House, but TikTok took them all down, almost banned our account, completely flagged any post that we made about her.
Yeah, I guess you can make of that what you will. I personally don't feel comfortable making any huge assumptions based on that. It does get a little bit more, I suppose, obvious later how there is some shadiness going on, because Zuza's mother ended up releasing a statement in response to Samara's constant going on about Zuza, and she actually really called Samara out for lying about their relationship with her. Now, of course, we'll get to that later, but first let's talk about Samara a little bit. Here is their TikTok page. Their profile picture is them with Zuza. They've got 5.4 million followers, and the majority of her recent content has been her talking about Zuza, replying to people calling her disingenuous, but her regular content is just sort of a lot of TikTok lip sync videos and brand deals. Here's the immediate video that they posted after Samara's death. This was well before the Glow House made their video, as Samara unfortunately passed away during September of this year, and this video was posted in that month.
I make the video now before later to get it done, but I'm gonna be off social media for a little bit. And Zuza, I love you, and you will always, always, always be with me. You brought me out of the toughest situations in my life, and I genuinely, to this day and forward, call you my best friend. And I know you would want me to stay strong, so that's what I'm gonna do. But this is some of the hardest shit I've dealt with. Now, I don't want people feeling for me. I need everyone to go support Dagmara. Dagmara is such a good mom, and she is like my second mom. And Dagmara, I love you. And Zuza, I love you.
I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but Dagmara is the name of Zuza's mother. She actually has her own social presence, which we might talk about a bit later. But she's been going on podcasts. She's been trying her best to sort of honor Zuza's name and also running Zuza's account now that she's dead. In terms of this video in particular, again, I'm not comfortable saying that she's feigning any emotions here. I will say, yes, it's very obvious that she isn't actually crying. As in, well, there are no tears coming out of her eyes. However, it's entirely possible that she's just cried so much that there aren't any tears left. Which does happen a lot when people are grieving to a level of, like, this level, I guess. I've seen it happen many times. I've mentioned it before, I used to work in a hospital. I actually worked in oncology, which is the study of cancer. So it's not as though this is a topic that I'm completely ignorant to. You know, I have lost people. I've lost people to cancer. I've lost people at an early age, at a young age. I am someone who, you know, knows and has experienced grief. And I understand that when you cry so much, it gets to a point where you can't really cry anymore. So I'm not going to sit here and say without a shadow of a doubt that this person is 100% crocodile tearing or faking their crying, because I just don't know. All I know is that there is at least some disingenuousness coming out of these videos, because Dagmara herself came out and said that, you know, Samara was lying about this whole thing. She's also released compilation videos of her and Zuza. Again, these are totally reasonable things to do after a close friend has died, especially one with an internet presence that you were with a lot of the time in videos. There's nothing too outlandish or worthy of a huge controversy being shown to us thus far. But then we get more and more and more and more and more videos about Zuza from Samara.
But also, let's have a little talk. The past week, I have really just been outside and in nature because I am a very spiritual person, and I just believe nature has a lot of meaning. Zuza was my best friend, and she meant so much to me. Yesterday was really the first day that I was able to breathe, not hysterically like crying and keep myself together. But that is really all because these past days in nature, I have been given the signs that I need from Zuza to know that she is okay and that I need to be and will be okay. Not only for her, but for myself.
So in this video, we're already getting a couple interesting things, which is one, the first claim that they were best friends. Also interestingly, this video was posted on the 30th of September, when the initial video after Zuza's death was posted on the 23rd of September. And in that video, she said, I'm going to be going offline for a while. I guess to post a video 6 days later, which is when that compilation came out, definitely is a little bit strange, but I suppose maybe 6 days to someone who has been uploading daily might be a bigger difference or a bigger deal than I might think it is, especially on this channel, for example, where no one really batted too much of an eye at 6 days. So have a look at what the usual upload schedule is like. That might contextualize this a bit. Yeah, she was uploading multiple times a day, to be fair, so 6 to 7 days is, you know, a fairly decent amount of time to be taking off the internet. Maybe that is a lot of time to her. And it's not to say that she's no longer mourning by any means, by the way. It's just maybe she's mourned to a point where she is now comfortable enough to go on camera and not be hysterical. The next day, she does another Get Ready With Me that is centered once again around Zuza.
Let's talk again. Talking's really been helping me through this whole situation. I've been using my Snap as hella motivation. And today, I already cried. So I don't think I'm gonna get too emotional. And I think I'm gonna be okay to be talking about this. Because yesterday, I don't know how this was possible. I gained 1 million followers in 5 days.
I'm not going to play the whole thing, obviously. It's very sort of exactly what you would expect.
Good morning, guys. Get ready with me. And I feel a lot better. I took literally 3 days, and for these 3 days, I was alone. And I was just like really thinking to myself. I did a lot of stuff for me.
She then took another 3 days off the internet and sort of talks about those 3 days like they were a huge amount of time for her. I guess it just goes to show how online she is. But in this video, she basically details that she needs to do whatever she wants because life is too short, and then goes on a shopping spree.
Good morning and get ready with me. Today, guys, I'm hanging out with someone, and I haven't hung out with someone since probably before the first Glow House.
There was a lot of Get Ready With Me's and sort of Zuza-centered content that came after that. I'm not going to go over all of it. All you need to know is that there was a lot, and she was constantly talking about how they were best friends. Now, where things get really concerning is the Snapchat of Samara, where she just straight up crashes out. Like here, for example, where she posts a very interesting photo in response to a comment saying, respectfully, you need to take a break from social media, it seems. Your response is, yikes.
You like that response, bitch? Zuza! I'm filming you. Okay, she's safe. I know Zuza's up there and she's telling me, Samara, don't do that. You're causing drama for yourself. Just like...
Excuse the McDonald's, sorry. That McDonald's ad, that's not that, that's the Snapchat video I get. I don't know why Snapchat, I guess it has an ad every like 10 seconds. My hatred for Snapchat is ongoing, and anyone who has watched this channel for any amount of time will know that. I don't know, that was just very jarring, and I felt as though I had to address it because I'm not used to that shit. Maybe Snapchat users are, but I'm definitely not. Either way, again, I'm not too sure exactly what the motive was behind this video. She's filming nothing and saying, oh, Zuza, I'm filming you, because obviously, unfortunately, she's, you know, gone now. Like, she isn't there, so is the joke, because she's not here anymore, you filming nothing is her because she's not here anymore? Just a very distasteful and disgusting joke to be making about your supposed best friend.
Just leave it. Because she, with our friendship, it was always, I was like, if anyone was clocking her, she would always tell me, she'd be like, smart.
So that's Samara saying that Zuza would actually encourage what she is doing right now because of all the shit that she's getting. Apparently, Zuza would go to Samara and say, you need to clock these people, you need to get them back because I'm being fucked with here a little bit. So in her mind, she's doing the completely righteous and just thing for Zuza and her memory. According to her, Zuza would actually want all of this drama to continue and happen to begin with.
I am in so much pain, but I have the fucking Glow House. And I have to promote my fucking lashes. I haven't done this in so long. I'm on my period. I was at the hospital. I feel like shit. But I'm out of all my own lashes, by the way. These are Kylie's lashes.
I didn't realize how popular these fucking people were, by the way. She's 27th most popular on famous birthdays, which I know isn't exactly the most, reputable site for popularity, but still, that's fucking crazy. Anyway, in this video, she seems to be sort of crying and very, very distressed that she is in so much pain, but needs to, I guess, carry on making brand deals and content for the Glow House, which I don't know, man. There's just something so strange about these videos.
I am in so much pain. Oh, I have a fucking maximum of like 5 lashes.
I'm not sure if I can vocalize it exactly, but there's something about these videos that makes me a little bit, I don't know, concerned or uncomfortable. I don't know if you guys are getting that as well. I think it's like I said before, the clearly sort of manufactured and corporate personality that's being displayed here that has obviously been going on for years now and started with their parents. We don't see much of the Glow House's parents, like any of the members, but there's just no way that some of them aren't way too involved in these kids' careers, if you want to call them that. Without doubt, the biggest crash out vid was this 10-minute one. Now, the sound on the video that Samara herself posted actually ended up getting removed, but there are re-uploads which we'll look at.
This is my crash out video. Watch the whole fucking thing. First of all, I would like to say, fuck you. Even if you follow me, fuck you. Because I know you didn't defend me. No one did. Not even my fucking friends. And look where I am now. Mad respect to this fuck-ass hate page. I hated you. You almost made me do unimaginable things, but I have gained so much respect over the past few days. They made a group chat. It's now called Samara's Ex Ragers, bro. It was originally called Prayers to Samara. They felt so fucking bad. And I genuinely mean it when I say, I don't care if I sound like a bitch, because fuck everyone. I deserve the biggest apology ever. Alright? And I mean that. So let's start with the fucking video, and we're starting with the fuck-ass Glow House. I would first like to say, no one better attack Tittle. That management quite literally saved my life. I fucking love Michael. If anyone attacks Tittle, you're done. And Gianna. Gianna had the best idea with that Glow House. Bro, I feel so fucking bad for her that it didn't work. And I feel bad even posting this video, but I'm done. So Gianna, I'm sorry. But the Glow House, you never fucking worked. Everyone in it, you're fake as fuck. As much as I love you, please do not send anyone any hate. They probably didn't know, even though I lost 25 pounds in 3 weeks. I never thought I would have to do this. This is bad. And because of you guys, I am getting fucking help. I'm getting a nutritionist, whatever the fuck that is, in Miami. You dumb little shits. So I think the Glow House was my first straw because no one gave a fuck about me, and that was the whole meaning about it. Lynn made the best edit. I think you guys should watch it, and that explains it perfectly because none of you guys give a fuck about me. Don't send them any of them hate, bless their hearts. But fuck, that was my first real crash out. The next one, I'm sorry, I met you, but Joey Live, go fuck yourself, bro.
Okay, so Zuza comes up in name in the next section of this self-proclaimed crash out video, which I feel as though setting the camera up and saying I am about to crash out now, sort of, I don't, if you know it's coming, it's not authentic, if that makes sense. And that's not me criticizing the authenticity of the crash out, but it's me saying, like, if you can control it, probably don't do it, because here's the thing, right? In situations like these, when there is a huge social presence online of the person who has unfortunately died of leukemia, that TikTok account is no longer their TikTok account. It's It's now this like tapestry of their life. It's a place where the people who loved them, in this case, the parents and the actual best friend of Zuza, which was a girl named Chloe, that wasn't online because their family wasn't chronically online, or definitely not as much as a lot of the other Glowhouse members were. So Zuza's page to those people is a place where if they are ever feeling sad or miss Zuza, they can go on that page, they can read the comments, see how Zuza has affected other people's lives, and maybe take some solitude or some love through that, right? Feel a little bit better, or maybe help their morning slightly. However, with this whole drama, with this crash out video here, for example, with the tens of videos that have tens of millions of views that Samara is constantly putting out regarding this whole thing, lying about how she and Zuza were best friends when they weren't, according to Zuza's mother, all it does is create so much drama that Zuza's account can no longer be used as that place of comfort for the people who loved her the most. It's now a place that will fill them with anxiety whenever they go to check it out. It's now a place that when people go and check to see how Zuza has affected their lives in a positive manner, people are just going to be talking about Samara. People are going to be talking about the Glowhouse. They're going to be talking about petty shit like the management at the Glowhouse and fucking Daniel or Jimmy or whoever fucking Samara's talking about in this video. I mean, to put it lightly, it's the last thing that anyone like Zuza would have wanted post-mortem. And this isn't me talking about my arse. Again, I don't want to get too personal, but I've been in situations similar to this to where I know how it feels to lose someone in the manner of Zuza. I've known people whose deaths have been publicized to a point where their social media has been completely ransacked. Like, to an extent, I'm talking from experience here. I say to an extent because obviously I have no idea exactly how these people are feeling. But I do know that this isn't good. Like, nothing about this is good. The incredibly distasteful and strange jokes that Samara is making on Snapchat, the middle fingers she keeps pointing out to people who are genuinely concerned about her mental health, her considering 6 days to be a long enough break from social media if she is genuinely, you know, mourning a tragic loss of a best friend, which clearly, by the way, if everything is authentic here and she isn't acting at all, that was nowhere near enough time. Because what we're watching right now is not someone who is healthy mentally or physically even. They say they've lost 25 pounds in 3 weeks. That amount of stress, can it be good for you? Anyway, we'll keep watching this video of hers. It's 10 minutes long, so it's a real doozy.
That was my first real crash out. The next one, I'm sorry, I met you, but Joey live, go fuck yourself, bro. You asked Zuza about Keith Ledger, the bitch. Bro, bless your heart, Zuza. She loved when I called her my bitch, bro. Oh my God, she literally was shocked when you asked her that, and that disgusted me. You're weird as fuck for asking any of these teenagers any of this shit. I hope you get canceled. The next one, bless Jackson's heart. He left his agency for this. He heard Presley. I went to Presley at the Glowhouse party and I ranted because I was like, bro, fuck. I was crashed out already, guys, but Jackson had a Snapchat story and it was like for Zuza, and then it was like, I miss you. I love you. Rest in peace. That was his agency, guys. Go fucking shit on them. They're pieces of shit. They just want money. They are so money hungry. I'm gonna name drop them. I just got off the phone with Presley. His agent is called Shrega. Starts with an S. Go shit on them for me. For Zuza, bro. Oh my God, she's gonna love me for this. Do you know I even got a sign last night when I was washing my hair? My hair's never bled so pink. It was like, Samara, please do this. So
yeah, this is insane. Like, this is not a good video. Go spread hatred and negativity online in the name of Zuza, who, according to her mother, I wasn't even that close with. Talking about how you're getting signs because your skull was fucking bleeding and the blood was pink, which is obviously the color that is used for cancer awareness, I guess. I don't even think pink has anything to do with leukemia, by the way. That's breast cancer, right? Let me double check that. Yeah, leukemia awareness is orange. Okay, to be fair, I'm on Zuza's account now, and it does say wear pink for Zuza, so clearly there was a relation to the color pink on Zuza's healing journey. Again, I'm not too sure exactly why, because the color for leukemia is orange and breast cancer is pink, and Zuza had leukemia, right? Not breast cancer. It is possible, though, that she just loved pink, and that was the color that people are using now to, I guess, honor her memory. But, you know, regardless, using your blood being pink as a, I guess, justification to spread I mean, it is just hatred. To spread hatred online in her name and threaten to fucking fight people is insane. But then when you go on the Glowhouse's account, this really strange sort of plastic video I mentioned earlier on in the video, Samara's right there, like in the park. So obviously this is an old video that they've just fucking posted from their camera roll like months ago. Especially when Samara is this publicly against the Glowhouse and is very clearly not a part of it anymore. It just sort of makes this all seem that much faker and stranger. I can't believe this Glowhouse thing is as popular as it is. Like, it's so weird to me.
Alright, this is the best one because I bought you a fucking Uber when you were stranded at the airport, you dummy ass bitch, Alexis. Fuck you. Fuck you. Zuza knew every word you said about her, you dumb bitch. You don't think that hurt her? Oh my god, if I ever see you, I don't give a fuck if I'm an influencer. It is so on. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how scary you look. For Zuza, bro, I would do so much shit and you guys don't understand.
Threatening to what? Fucking kill people in the name of Zuza or whatever the fuck she's on? Like, this is a very distasteful video. I don't think there's any defending this. Like, this is a fucking horrid video. This is rotten. When you combine this with the Snapchat videos, it's definitely not a good fucking look. And like I said before, this completely ruins all the social media that Zuza now has. Every comment is going to be about this. So without sounding like too much of a dick, of all the people that are disgracing Zuza's name in your opinion, you are on that list. I'm not going to say you're at the top of it because maybe there are some real scumbags out there, but you're on that fucking list for sure. Like, you could have handled this a lot better if you did want to make any of it public. We'll get back to that crash out vid in a bit, but first I want to make it clear that Dagmara has literally told Samara to stop talking about Zuza online publicly, and Samara herself has admitted this and gone against these wishes.
I never thought I would get this reaction, and I'm just really grateful. And I know Zuza is so proud of me as much as Dagmara, bless her soul, she's telling me to take a break. I can't. I feel so loved. I
don't like how Zuza is being mentioned in every single post as some sort of excuse for this borderline vile behavior. Like, if the mother of Zuza is telling you to stop talking about her fucking daughter who's now dead, you fucking respect that wish. You don't keep going on because you feel loved or you feel like you're getting the love or attention that you wanted.
Me and Zuza, very alike. More aspects than you think. She texts me every time she was up there, and then I would get up there. And we'd be up there together.
See, I guess that's her out. This is before Zuza died, by the way. That's her outing that Zuza smoked marijuana, which I don't know, maybe Zuza gave her permission to do that, but it just, again, seems like a gross invasion of privacy. She was like 13 at the point that video was posted. I'm sure maybe it was medicinal, but you didn't specify that in the video, and even if you did, like, all you've done now is open the floodgates for people who are grossly against that shit to hate on her. Okay, we'll get back to that crash out vid in just a second, but I feel as though it's important now to actually read the post that Dagmara made about this whole thing. To Zuza's community, during this unimaginably difficult time as we prepare to celebrate Zuza's life, I need to address something that breaks my heart to even mention. Since Zuza's passing, false information has been spread about her and our family. Someone who is clearly struggling has used Zuza's death as a platform to attack us with mistruths. Despite our efforts to help this person get support, we can no longer stay silent while lies are told about our daughter. So they acknowledge that they are clearly struggling, right? It's not as though they're faking everything. There's clearly something going on there. There is sort of a mental illness or a struggle, right? There's someone who was very famous, very young. They didn't have a fucking prayer to begin with, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if their parents were greatly exploitative behind the scenes. And they are just so young in general that I find it difficult to pin everything on them responsibility-wise. Like, there is some leeway that needs to be granted because they're a fucking child influencer. Zuza's best friend for the past 3 years was Chloe. They simply didn't feel the need to validate their friendship on social media, and that was beautiful. The noise you may be seeing online does not represent Zuza's actual life or relationships. Zuza stood for positivity, authenticity, and lifting others up. Never drama. She would be heartbroken to see her memory used this way. We ask for what we desperately need right now: space to grieve and prepare to honor our daughter. Please don't give energy to false narratives. Instead, I invite you to join us tomorrow in celebrating the extraordinary light Zuza was. I will post a link to her celebration of life today. We love, and in Zuza's spirit, Zuza's parents.
Love you too. Benny, you're next. Fuck you, Benny.
Harper built you. We all know it. I don't even have to say anymore. You're a little bitch. You know, I talked to Sky. If she came out with your story, bro, you would look like a dumb shit. And I even want to say it for her because she's getting so much hate. Oh my God, you were the dumbest shit I've ever met. No wonder Harper broke up with you. No wonder she's hurting so bad. Holy fuck. You know this made me thankful for Sammy. Screenshot this and put this in the comments because I look crazy. Guys, I'm getting help because of you. Fuck you. Benny, fuck you. And I hope your account gets banned. That's how much I hate you because Harper gave you everything. So, bitch. I have a whole list built up.
Okay, look, I don't know Benny, I don't know Harper, I don't know Sammy. I'm not going to look into all these petty TikTok dramas and relationships for the sake of this video, which is ultimately about the coverage of Zuza on Samara's page, and how she's actively going against the wishes of those who were, like, veritably close to Zuza. I'm not going to watch this whole video, I just don't think it's that relevant. I'll sort of skim ahead a little bit, I hope you don't mind too much.
I'm so sad. And that girl brought me up so much after Zuza passed away. Oh, fuck me. Thank you, Chloe. You guys don't even give a shit. That's how much I know you don't give a fuck about me. But Chloe, bro, was sent by Zuza. I'm straight facing this right now. She was sent by Zuza, and I am so fucking convinced by that bitch is my bitch. Bro, she saved me too, the fuck? Dagmara, I don't even have to say a word. She fucking tells me every day, like my own mom, that she's proud of me for being sober. None of you have even thought of that, how hard this has been to face sober. I have wanted to break that shit so hard, but I have genuinely stayed strong for Zuza because she got me out of the hospital. I'm not going back in. Bro, she hated that place, the fuck?
See, this is what's tough, is that this is, like, genuinely quite heart-wrenching and deep shit, if that makes sense. Like, staying sober for the sake of your friend who's just died. She talks about Chloe there. I'm not sure if it's the exact Chloe that Dagmara is talking about. There's a lot of names being thrown about here, so I wouldn't be surprised if they were duplicates. It's very clear from this and also Dagmara's post that there is still communication between the two of them and that there is sympathy between the two of them. Like, Dagmara clearly feels sorry for Samara and acknowledges that she is grieving and going through shit. Samara has not posted anything since Dagmara has released her statement. It's actually been a longer break than the 6-day break that we were talking about earlier, which is actually a good thing, by the way. Without doubt, that's probably the best thing to come out of this situation. I can only hope that she has sort of learned her lesson and is taking a genuine break now after all of that shit. Obviously, I don't wish anything bad on her. I do genuinely hope she gets the help that she needs and comes back as a more mature and self-aware person. I think that's the end of that video. We're not going to watch any more of it. But if you're interested, the whole crash out video is out there if you want to find it.
I feel fucking disgusted in yourselves that I have to come on here at this time of night. I haven't been able to sleep at all today or yesterday because of this. I know I haven't said that, but I'm also sober for being laced. And I have a syndrome that now is with me my whole fucking life. And that was my best friend you guys are talking about in the comments, in videos. I am so fucking done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to show that whole video either. She does need a good long break from social media to properly get her feelings together. At the end of the day, I just think this is a young, naive kid who is accidentally over-exaggerating the friendship that she and Zuza had. She is genuinely grieving over this. I completely believe that. I don't think she's faking her emotions here at all. I just think that she is accidentally being irresponsible with the platform that she has and grieving in a way that is unfortunate for the people who, you know, love Zuza the most, to a point where they are actually having to post about Samara saying, don't listen to her, we understand she's struggling, we're sympathetic and that, but it's getting too much now. That's not to say that Samara hasn't fucked up, she absolutely has. She is posting way too much about this shit, she's making weird jokes about it all, she's crashing out, she's spreading hate, she's threatening to fight people. Like, it's not good, but it's a young 18-year-old girl who's had a whole life on social media, grieving in a way that is strange to her. You know, we don't know if she's experienced loss before, we don't know if she's used to these emotions. I don't think I enjoy or agree with all the hate that she's getting. Chloe has made posts after this. Obviously, she's seen a sort of influx of followers after all of this has happened. It's very obvious she's not interested in fame or like gaining followers or anything like that. She's made a rather interesting point here. As Zuza's mum said, me and Zuza didn't post our friendship online. I'm not going to post on this account anymore, but I would like to say I don't want people following me, but I'd rather you'll follow me instead of someone who is using Zuza's passing for attention. Now, I obviously have no idea if she's referring to Samara there, so I'm not going to lay that on her either. I do know that Dagmara was definitely talking about Samara though. Like, there's just no shot she wasn't. And if by chance she wasn't talking about Samara in that viral fucking post, she better do her the service of saying, by the way, I'm not talking about Samara here, because the amount of shit that Samara is getting from that post, if it's not about her, it definitely should have been clarified. A lot of people are fucking disgusting though, and they are making, TikTok pages impersonating Chloe. 99% of the comments you see about me are not true. Chloe said, I more than likely did not. People just crave drama, which Zuza did not want. Just report those 2 accounts, please, and if you see more that you think are fake, send them to me pretty please. Yeah, I mean, I feel like those are the people who deserve shit the most. It's not Samara, who is genuinely grieving. It's people who are just out to be fucking malicious that had no relation or involvement in this person's life at all. I don't think Samara is a bad person by any means, and I think a lot of the shit is completely unneeded and unhelpful. I just think she genuinely needs guidance. Like, she's a kid who's lost and grieving, who's been famous from very young, who's had a whole life on social media, whose parents have probably exploited her to an extent. She's needing to fulfill those obligations, those brand deals, those glow house fucking bollocks when she's in great pain. It's clearly taken a toll on her. And I don't know about you, but I feel like the internet's gotten way too comfortable sort of making these incredible assumptions about people when it comes to incredibly sensitive topics. The more it might affect someone when you call their emotions fake, the more careful you should be when making assumptions about their emotions, if that makes sense. Like, if someone's talking about how sad they are that they didn't manage to fit a sandwich in for breakfast or something, then you're completely fine to say that they're faking their emotions or they're not actually that sad, because it's very low stakes. But with something like this, you better have a lot of fucking evidence before you accuse someone of faking shit or using it for views and money, and not just generally being very inexperienced, young, naive, and wrong. To say that she has ill intentions here, I just don't know. I think the easiest way to put it is she is definitely doing the wrong thing, but I think it's completely unintentional. Like, yeah, she's not a bad person or a disgusting person or anything along those lines, but she is doing undoubtedly very bad and disgusting things, in my opinion. I do think I'll leave the video there, though. It was more of a sensitive one. There'll definitely be a lot of cutting on my end. As always, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one, which will hopefully be a lot more cheery. It definitely will be, so my bad. In a bit. Bye.